Welcome in to the Set It Off Network. I am your host, Michael Set It All. I am with my main man, all right, William the Volk, all right, over there in Augusta, Georgia. Boots on the ground, representing the Masters. I see it, all right, and the
Yep.
Georgia Bulldogs, the new team updated after the regular season ended. New team has
Still
been
got my
updated.
Gamecock thing, but yeah, there's no Gamecock football for a long time.
For a long time. All right. But we are going to be talking about a conference championship game that probably nobody's going to be talking about. Like, they might spend like a total of 10 minutes talking about this thing on national broadcast, and that is Duke and Virginia.
How many
And
people are going to watch this instead of the 1 versus 2 game that's right up
hey,
against
but if
us?
you're watching
Ooh.
this, first of all, thank
They're
you.
interested, right?
If you're watching this, thank you. Second, if you're watching this, share this because Will seems to think y'all won't watch this video because it's the ACC. He is extremely biased against the ACC.
Over under 40 views.
40 views. I'm taking the over 100%. If you're watching this and you don't show this to 39 other people, all right, we're going to have a problem.
Mm.
All right, because we're getting over 40 views on the ACC Championship preview. Will
Okay.
this is in the Queen City, man. This is 3.5 hours away from the house. Like I could go to this football game, but I'm not. And
Mm-mm.
these two teams, man, these aren't the world beaters. They're not world beaters out here. We got 10-2 Virginia, who actually looked really. I got to give credit. Virginia's looked really good this year. So we can downplay this ACC championship game, but let's not downplay Virginia because they've earned the right to be here. All right, they've earned
Yeah.
the right. They are 7-1 in the conference. All
They
right, they're
lost to
only
NC State, but that wasn't a
that
conference
was not
game,
a
so
conference game. All right. So they lucked out with that one. Their only loss was to Wake Forest, who actually finished 8-4 this year. So you can sleep on Wake Forest, still a very good football team for the ACC. So they were able to lose that game, but all the other games they were able to win. And then they dominated Duke just 2 weeks ago, Will, at Duke. All right. And they dominated Virginia Tech in the new James Franklin uh, advised Virginia Tech team. But they still dominated them, won by 20 in a rivalry game. That's still impressive. All right. This team is ranked 18th right now in the college football playoff rankings. That'll probably go up a little bit when they update them this week. So keep an eye out for where they got Virginia. But the scenarios that we talk about with this game, Will, are the chaos scenarios. The chaos scenarios that involve Duke winning this football game, Will, because there is a real possibility that if Duke wins this football game, the ACC does not get a representative into the college football playoff because most people forget they take the five highest ranked conference champions. Not just everybody just assumes the Power Four conferences get in this thing, but the reality of it is it's the top five conference champions, and there is a real possibility that if Duke wins this thing with five freaking losses, that there's going to be two G5 teams in the playoff, which would be a terrible thing for the college football playoff. So the ACC is probably going to rig this game up to make sure that Virginia wins this game. And honestly, Virginia should win this game because Virginia is the better football team. They've played like it. They deserve it. They deserve to be here. And I got to give credit where credit's due, man. Tony Elliott, I had my doubts about him. Will, I made a whole video at the beginning of the season talking about how I thought he was going to get fired this year, right? A lot of people predicted this team to finish in the bottom half of the league this year. Here they are, 10-2, top 25 team in the country. So hats off to Tony Elliott and company in Virginia. They've done tremendous things this year. So super happy about that. But what are your initial thoughts about this game? I know you're an ACC enthusiast, so you're going to have tons to say about this game. We're looking forward to hearing it.
Well, I mean, just to piggyback off what you just said, Tony Elliott, we kind of said he might be on that hot seat this year, and what a season Virginia's having, and hats off to Tony Elliott, like you said, because his first 3 years there, they didn't have a single winning season, didn't make any kind of postseason game, they didn't even make that bowl game that's on at 2 in the afternoon, like day after Christmas. They couldn't even make that. But now here they are in the ACC championship game, and this is it. One win, they're in the college football playoff. And that's kind of that's the goal. That's the standard these days, right? You make the playoff. It's a successful season, and uh, certainly it's a successful season, win or lose. But it's gonna be a bad taste in your mouth, not just for Virginia, but really the entire ACC conference if Duke ends up winning this and keeps the ACC out of it. And I really think that's what would happen. I think they're not going to rank an 8-5 Duke team ahead of Tulane, North Texas, James Madison. I mean, don't forget this Duke team. They've lost to Tulane. They've lost to UConn. Just a struggle in the non-conference, but through the ACC's confusing tiebreaker scenarios, they find a way into this game. So we'll see. The line is like 2.5, right? So it might be a close game. It certainly wasn't close a couple weeks ago, but maybe Vegas knows something we don't.
Yeah, you mentioned this game was 34-17, and it wasn't
Mhm.
even that close. I think Duke scored a couple late touchdowns there. Like this game was a blowout there in Duke. Duke's got a lot of injuries, and I don't know if they're getting any of those guys back, but they were pretty banged up towards the end of the season, which led to them faltering a little bit there towards the end. Duke is a really good football team, though. There's a reason that they're only 2.5 point underdogs in this football game. Darian Mensah, the Tulane transfer, got all the headlines in the offseason for his lucrative NIL deal that he signed with Duke. But he has backed it up: 28 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for him, 3,500 passing yards. So a real weapon for Duke in the passing game. And if you're Virginia, you just kind of got to play your style of game. You have not went out there and hung 50 on a bunch of teams, but you've just played your style of football. You've capitalized on turnovers all year long, and that is where the ball has bitten Duke a lot in their losses. They have turned the ball over quite a bit in those games where they have lost. So the key to this game for Virginia: stay clean with the football, just play your game, and most likely you're going to come out of this thing with a win. If Duke, I mean, if you got nothing to lose, right? You're playing with house money if you're Duke, so nobody's really expecting you to win. Nobody's expecting you to make it to the college football playoff, but you have a real opportunity on Saturday night to make some noise and give the college football playoff committee a lot to think about going into this last weekend of games.
Yep, certainly. And we'll see here. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. I don't
So
know. I don't
what are
really.
you thinking? What are you thinking? We got predictions. All right, Duke right now, like you said, only a 2.5 point underdog in this football game. Um, how are you feeling about the Blue Devils and the Cavaliers?
Uh, I don't know. We saw it just a couple weeks ago, right? And Virginia beat Duke pretty thoroughly at Duke's place, but we have seen these situations before. You get a rematch, and then it's a little differently the second go round because the team can like learn from the first matchup. This is where they beat us, and we can get better. So I don't know. You know what? I think I'm gonna take Duke, and that's gonna
You
really throw
sound
this
so
thing into
confident there.
chaos. Yeah,
Sound so confident in Duke
I'm
there.
I'm not confident at all. I would love the Virginia story. Tony Elliott capping this thing off with the ACC championship would be awesome, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be
Well,
Duke, and then the
I'm going
ACC
with
has to have
Tony
a real
Elliott.
conversation about these tiebreaker scenarios.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tony Elliott. I think he's got this team laser focused. I thought they would honestly play down to their competition against Virginia Tech, and they went out there and handled business. They handled business against Duke, so you can argue that they're playing their best football ever since they lost that game to Wake Forest. So I got Virginia winning this game. I got Virginia winning and covering. I got them going to the college football playoff out of the ACC. So that'll be a big deal for that university for sure, and a big deal for that conference representing themselves in the college football playoff. So that's all we got for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. That was our ACC Championship preview, but make sure you check out all of our Power 4 previews this week for Conference Championship Week. But if you're not already, subscribe. And if you saw the little spiel earlier and you're still watching this, get us over 40 viewers on this. All right. And I'll let you get a free subscription. Only if you watch this video and you like and comment on this video do you get a free subscription. All you gotta do, like the video, comment, and then hit the subscribe button. It'll be free, no charge. All right. So make sure y'all are doing that. Make sure y'all are checking us out. When the college football playoff stuff rolls around, we're going to be talking all about that stuff. So keep us in your mentions, keep us on your timeline by subscribing. So thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. We'll see you guys next time.